What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Movie Raised.
Did you guys know that Netflix paid $250 million for the rights to the Narnia books? Yeah. You heard that right. Another crazy fact is that 4 Narnia projects are already in development. So, is there a cast ensemble, and do we have a release date? Sadly, we're still waiting for Netflix to give more pieces of information regarding the making of what they refer to as the Narnia universe. But no reason to worry because, as mentioned before, the streaming giant paid a whopping amount of $250 million for the rights to the Narnia books. The most important thing we need to remember is that they acquired the rights to all books, meaning that they're already working on something big, and something as big as a universe takes time to be created. Netflix's Chronicles of Narnia is in the early stages of development, but we expect at least one project to be given an exact release date this year. If the company starts working on the first project, which, based on my research, is the much-awaited series, we expect to see it sometime in 2025. At the earliest. Another important thing we need to remember is that Netflix is not working on the 4th part of the Disney franchise. They are instead working on a reboot of the series, so no, don't expect to see a continuation. But which book will Netflix adopt first? There's a lot of discussions online about which order the book should be read in, either by the publication date or chronology. If the streaming giant goes by publication date, they will adapt The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, the first book published, and by far the most popular one of the whole series. If the company decides to go by chronology, they will first adapt The Magician's Nephew, the second to last book published, but the one set earliest chronologically. Now, let's get into more details regarding the multi-million-dollar deal. Shall we? Okay, I know I already said this, but I'll say it again. $250 million is a lot of money, even for Netflix. This is why I strongly believe that the company will most definitely create a Narnia universe. As the quality of that universe, we have no guarantee. 2023 marks the 5th anniversary of when Netflix informed fans they acquired the rights to adapt new Narnia movies and series. Since then, the company and the architect set to work on the series have been keeping things under wrap. There was one big announcement though, and before we get into more details, let's go through the basics. The Chronicles of Narnia is a book series by the celebrated author C.S. Lewis that was published in the 1950s. In total, 7 books were published. There may have been many adaptations too, as Disney is not the first company that acquired the rights to the books. There was a BBC series, a radio series, and Disney movies. The most popular adaptation so far is the one by Disney, released in 2005. Together with Walden Media, Disney released the first movie titled The Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. The second film was also distributed by Disney. The third one, however, was the work of 20th Century Fox. There were some rumors that Disney is working on a 4th film, but it was later revealed that they gave up on the Narnia films because each new sequel was less and less profitable. Back in October 2018, Netflix signed a multi-year deal with the C.S. Lewis Company. This is when Deadline first reported that the streaming giant has acquired the rights previously owned by the House of Mouse. This gives the company total freedom. In other words, they are allowed to make as many movies and series as they want. Alongside the original announcement, Ted Sarandos, the co-CEO of Netflix, said that C.S. Lewis's beloved Chronicles of Narnia stories have resonated with generations of readers around the world, with families falling in love with characters like Aslan and the entire world of Narnia, and they are super thrilled to be their home for years to come. Pay attention for years to come. In the same statement, Ted used the word universe a couple of times. He also said, "You need to smash that like button if you haven't done it already." Okay, seriously, the fact that the company has access to all 7 books is both great and frightening. Some fans believe in Netflix and are sure that the upcoming Narnia projects will be awesome, while others try to convince convinced the company not to touch any book because, as they say, Netflix is bound to ruin the franchise. This also means that some of the later released books that have never seen adaptations before would now be adapted by Netflix. Disney was not allowed to do this because they didn't have the rights to all the books. Thanks to IMDb Pro, we know that Mark Gordon, Douglas Grisham, and Vincent Sieber are set to work on some of the upcoming projects. But what if Narnia becomes Game of Thrones? The new architect that will work on the upcoming projects is Matthew Aldridge, co-writer the Disney Pixar Coco. In 2019, Netflix announced that he is set to work as the creative architect of their live-action television and feature film projects based on the books by C.S. Lewis. Shortly after the announcement, it was revealed that Aldridge attended a showrunner training program hosted by the WGA, and that's it. That's all we know about Aldridge's connection to the upcoming series and films. There were, however, some rumors suggesting that the company will try to make Narnia more like the Game of Thrones and Lord of the Rings, meaning that they won't stay completely loyal to the source material. Luckily, there were a lot of people against this idea, and we really hope that Netflix will not ruin the franchise by making it more acceptable. There's another rumor suggesting Greta Gerwig will direct a Narnia film. Nothing is confirmed yet, but some reports claim that the company hired Greta Gerwig, mostly known for her work on Lady Bird, Little Women, and the Barbie film, to direct some of the Narnia projects. Per What's on Netflix, she might be directing more than one project. I personally believe that Gerwig is the perfect person to work on something like this. She's creative, she's talented, and she can actually follow the source material. So why are we still waiting to see at least one film or the promised series? Well, according to most reports, Netflix struggled a lot because of the global pandemic, and thus the Narnia films faced a lot of delays. There's also the fact that the streaming giant is quite busy at the moment. They have Wednesday Season 2 to work on, and the company bought the rights to Sandman the same year they bought the rights to Narnia. Considering they are also working on Sandman Season 2, it might take a while to start working on new projects. Now, the most frequently asked question regarding the upcoming films is, where will Netflix start? The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe is the most famous starting point of Narnia, but The Magician's Nephew book is actually the prequel, which is why most fans believe that this will be the first book that Netflix will adapt. If the company goes by the HarperCollins order, they will adapt the books in the following order: The Magician's Nephew, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, The Horse and His Boy, Prince Caspian, The Voyage of Don Shredder, The Silver Chair, The Last Battle. Luckily, we know that some Narnia projects are in development. IMDb Pro lists several projects to be under production. We can see the first 3 projects via Matthew Aldridge's profile. The first one is an untitled TV show that is apparently the furthest in development. The series entered the pre-production stage back in October 2018. The second one is an untitled movie said to be in pre-production as of October 2018. The third one is The Chronicles of Narnia, The Magician's Nephew, listed to be in the treatment stage. We also know that you need to smash that subscribe button and notification bell so you'll never miss any of our videos in the future. And the fourth project is The Chronicles of Narnia, The Silver Chair. This doesn't count because this is the film Disney canceled and won't be released. We'll see you in the next video.